Hi guys, in this video we're going to have a look at enlargement, and this is without a point, so this is like basic enlargement. So here we have our first example. Enlarge this shape here by a scale factor of 2. So all this means by the scale factor of 2 is that this shape needs to get twice as big. So the best way to do that is to actually work out the length of each of the sides. So the base here is 4 and the height is 2. So if it needs to get twice as big, all I'm going to do is times both of those by 2, so the height is now going to be 4 and the base is now going to be 8. So all I need to do now is get my ruler, and make sure you use a ruler and a pencil when doing this, just in case you make a mistake. Is I need to draw my base of 8 and my height of 4. And because there's no center of enlargement, we can draw this wherever we like. So I just went for there. And the base is 8 and the height is 4, therefore I've enlarged this shape by a scale factor of 2. And like I said, because there's no point, there's no centre of enlargement, I can draw it wherever I like. This one here, we're going to enlarge by a scale factor of 3, so this is going to get 3 times as big. Now this one's a little bit different because we have diagonals, and when you have diagonals, don't do them, just leave them for now. Concentrate on the horizontal and the vertical lines. So my base here is 4. So it's 3 times, the scale factor is 3, you need to get 3 times bigger. So 4 times 3 is 12. So that's what I'm going to do first, is draw my base, which is 12, like so. The next bit is, instead of looking at the diagonals, look at this point here. It is actually dead center of the base. So it's going to be in the middle of the base. In fact, it's an isosceles triangle. So what I'm going to do is on my base, I'm going to find the middle bit, which will be 6, because if the whole thing is 12, the middle would be 6. And then if I look at this point, it is 3 squares high. So if I'm doing a scale factor of 3, in my new diagram, I times 3 by 3 to get 9. It needs to be 9 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that point there in my new shape is in the middle of my base and it's 9 squares high. Then you can draw your diagonals because you know that that point is in exactly the right space. And again, use a pencil and a ruler in case you make a mistake. And there we have it. There is your enlargement of that shape there by a scale factor of 3. This here is 12 along the base, and up high is 9. So there's the first two. Let's step it up a gear. So here we have the next two, and this time we have a scale factor of 1/2. So when it's a scale factor of 1/2, it means that it's getting twice as small. We essentially divide everything by 2. The same strategy applies. Count how many squares you got, or how big the sides are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That one is 8. And that one there is 3. So all I'm going to do, same as before, is work out what the new one needs to be, but because it's a scale factor of 1/2, I'm going to half all of these. So I'm going to times it by 1/2 or divide it by 2. Both mean exactly the same thing. So 6 times 1/2, or 6 divided by 2, or half of 6 is 3. Half of 4 is 2. Half of 8 is 4. And half of 3 is 1.5. So I'm going to start off with my base, just because it's a nice point to start off with, which we now know is 4. So here we have it. There's my 4. And it goes 3 high up here. Again, use a ruler and a pencil. 3. Then that bit there is 2. So there's my 2. This now is 1.5. So I go up 1 square and then half of another one. So there's my 1.5. Once you've done all the vertical and horizontal bits, then you can do your diagonal just like we did with our triangle on the previous question. So there we have it, is our 4, our 1.5, our 2 and our 3. And again, because there's no center of enlargement, there's no point of enlargement, we can draw that wherever we like. And the last question, just to show you, an enlargement by a scale factor of a third. Hasn't used the word scale factor, it just says enlarged by a third, but the third here is the scale factor. So again, just like when we're timesing by a half, we had to half everything or divide by 2. Here we have to times everything by a third or divide it by 3. And just like in our isosceles triangle from the previous bit, I'm going to have a look at the base, which is 6. And I'm going to have a look at the height of that point there, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I times each of these by a third, or divide by 3, which is the same, I'm going to have a height of 3 and a base of 2. So I can draw that straight away. Here is my base of 2. And then because it's an isosceles, again, it's in the centre there. So that point then is 3 high, which goes there. Then I can draw my diagonals. Always leave your diagonals till last. Like so. There we go. So we have 2 along the base and the height is 3. So that's just a very quick tutorial on how to do enlargement without a point, both with whole numbers and with fractions. So just remember with these fractions, when the scale factor is a fraction, if it's a half, it's the same as dividing by 2, and if it's a third, it's the same as dividing by 3, but essentially it is getting smaller, not bigger. Okay guys, so hopefully that helps. Thanks for watching.